Hi y'all, how y'all doing? I'm hoping today is an amazingly blessed and prosperous day for y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so stoked. Thank you for all the people that are coming back. If you're new here, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Press that notification bell and make sure you know your girl's going on with her love sessions. But I'm gonna get right into this. This is day 12. Give it 100, and you can get the book on Amazon. You want the Kindle version, $9.99. If you want the paperback, you can have it for $12.99, and that's on everything. That's on everything, okay? You can get it for $12.99, and that's on everything. But anyway, today's day 12, and the day's word is binge. B-I-N-G-E. And there's a binge. And I'm going to do both days. I'm going to do day 12 and day 13 together because they're both so short. So I'm just going to do them back to back. And then there is a binge. You know that time of the month where you are ransacking your own kitchen for food and you don't care about counting calories, taking steps to dieting. All you want is to indulge in all the succulent foods of the earth. Although for me, it's almost never without remorse or guilt. I just want to eat. And for however long the binge goes on, I eat. I don't know what happens in the life of men regarding their hormone fluctuations, but boy, oh boy, when my hormones are raging, I long for everything sweet. I don't even know if y'all men have hormone fluctuations, but either way, I know for me, I want everything sweet. I always promise myself that I won't succumb to the urge, but like clockwork, I binge. I start rummaging through my cabinets, looking for that sweet treat, breaking my promises to myself. I'm working very hard to get better control, and I'm going to make some real painful changes this time around. I'll make sure that I have nothing in my house that tempts me. Day 12, I dare not binge. I dare not binge. That's day 12. I'm going to go right into the next day, which is, excuse me, Day 13, Thursday, June 23rd, 2016, fear. We often have a fear that keeps us from doing, moving, and being. I'm learning that I don't have to let fear dictate how I conduct my business. I'm learning to do things even though I'm afraid. Fears may always come, but we don't have to stay stuck. We don't have to be immobilized or crippled by them. Fears are like our own shadows following us wherever we go. But they have no power in and of themselves to stop us. If our shadows scare us, it's only because we've mistaken them for something that will harm us, when in fact they have no such ability. Fear is the same thing. Fear has no power over us unless we give it power. Our resolve has to be strong to combat the illusion of fear. We must take action against fear with faith in our potential and with the love of our journey. I love what I'm doing more than I'm afraid not to succeed or afraid to fail. I've learned that no matter what comes my way, if I don't give in to the loud barks of fear, they have no bite. Don't stand still or lie dormant. Get up and move in the face of fear and step forward with faith. I won't be crippled. I won't be immobilized. I will not fear. Day 13, I dare not fear. And I'm so glad that I did them both together because, again, they're both really short little passages in my book, Give It 100, My Weight Loss Journey in 100 Words. I feel that, you know, there's all sorts of binges, and binging could be drinking too much alcohol, overloading yourself with sexual binges, overeating. There's so many different types of binges, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, to put some disciplines, you know, discipline yourself. I'm telling myself that because in my mind, a lot of times when I'm trying to do the right thing, it's like I tell myself, you're depriving yourself. You're depriving yourself of a good time with the drinking. You're depriving yourself with good eats, with the food. You're depriving yourself with whatever else, other types of binges. But the reality is when I change the words and the mindset, I then also put a positive correlation, a positive connection to what I'm trying to abstain from. And putting some disciplines in place that keep me from the binge. So instead of you saying, I'm depriving myself, or you're depriving yourself of a couple of drinks or food or whatever, no, I am affording myself an opportunity to thrive. Say it with me. I am not depriving myself, but I'm affording myself an opportunity to thrive. So me overeating is a problem. Me feeding my face to numb whatever I'm going through, because food is also a drug, the way that we take in food. If you're taking it just to live, you live to, or you eat to live, not live to eat. Eating to live is different. If you're eating the proper nutrients and you're eating the things that give you energy and give you sustenance, that's one thing. You're eating to live. You're fueling yourself. But when you're living to eat, there's a different level there. You know what I mean? A lot of times, I did the HBO Weight of the Nation. You can Google that. I can put that into the description. I was a part of the Weight of the Nation. They did me as a subject. They spoke to me about obesity and the stigma of it. And the reality is, a lot of times, for some of us, we use food for comfort. Bad breakup, you use food, you take in food. A bad breakup, a bad divorce, or whatever, I'm ingesting rum raisin, pina colada, cherry vanilla, Haagen-Dazs, pint after pint. It ain't nothing to me to scarf up a pint and then stab the top of the can of the pint with a spoon that, I'm saying that I was here and I killed it. Period. Food releases the same levels of dopamine and endorphins. And if I'm wrong, y'all can tell me in the comments below. I get lit when I'm eating. I love to eat. I'm not going to even play with you. I'm not even going to hold you. Food is yummy. Yum, yum, delicioso. Yummy. Truthfully, it's at the high levels of release for me. I'm eating what I really like, and it's really yummy, and your stomach is about to burst, and you're already bust open your pants, and you already almost took somebody's eye out because you ain't got no more room because you didn't bust your button. You know what I'm saying? There's no more room in there, but you keep stuffing it because there's this level of high that's released. The same in drugs. The same in whatever sexual desires, sexual pleasures. There's all these endorphins and dopamine and all of this, serotonin, whatever you want to call it, all this stuff is happening as you're eating as well. You know what I mean? So then you're binging. Some people binge in it and then they go throw up because they don't want to put on the weight. The thing about overeating or being gluttonous is that that's the thing that you can see. There's some sins that you can't really see. But you could be, you start putting on that weight, what I'm doing. And everybody, and that's another misconception too, because sometimes it's just your metabolism is slow, and you ain't, it ain't leaving off of you the same way that it might leave off another person whose metabolism is faster. But in any case, binge eating, excuse me, is not good for you. It's really not. And there's a lot of shame and guilt that comes from it for me. With any other type of binge, whether it be alcoholic, whether it be sexual stuff, it doesn't feel good after. And so instead of saying you're depriving yourself, please remember, I'm not depriving myself. I'm affording myself an opportunity to thrive. Binge eating is not good for me. It's not good for my health. It's not good for me mentally because there's shame and guilt with it, with anything that I'm doing, that when I'm binge drinking or binge whatever. This is a transparent moment. And then now with fear, because I did both days, learning to do things afraid. Fear is going to be there. Fear is going to come. There's never going to be anything in the world that's going to stop fear from coming. Fear is going to always, fear getting on the plane, fear going to this, fear meeting new people, fear. Fear is everywhere. It's always going to come. You can't hide from fear. But we don't have to allow the illusion of fear to keep us from moving forward, moving or being our best. You know what I mean? Like I said in the book, look at my shadow. And sometimes the shadow appears to be way bigger than you. And it scares you sometimes. Sometimes you're like, whoa, you get spooked by your own shadow. But what can your shadow do to you? Nothing. My shadow can't harm me. I am the reason for my shadow. You see what I'm saying? So a shadow means I'm still here. If I can see my shadow, I'm still here. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the illusion of fear, not that there's not real reasons to be afraid. I'm not saying that. But so what? I'm afraid. If I still was afraid to get on a plane, I never witnessed how beautiful Jamaica was. I never witnessed how beautiful Haiti is, or how beautiful Jamaica still is, or how beautiful California, how beautiful any place that you've gone to on a plane is. You know what I mean? Like, if you're afraid to get in a car, how are you going to get to where you got to go? X, Y, Z. How? So you have to conquer them by going afraid, doing things afraid. I'm not saying you're not going to be afraid, but I'm saying even if you're afraid, do it. You know, it's fear. Oh my God, I'm going to fail. Do it anyway. It's all right. Tap in. Do it while you're afraid. That's all I'm doing every day, doing it afraid. I don't know what's going to happen. I have a high anticipation that something good could happen, but there's also the other side that nothing at all will happen. It'll be another flop, another failure. Nothing good is going to come of this the whole nine. But what I'm not going to do is not do nothing, because if I don't do nothing, then I don't even give myself an opportunity to see what I could get or gain. You know what I'm saying? Not doing anything is worse than doing something and failing. Because you'll never even know if you don't do it. If you don't go and see, how will you ever know if you have what it takes? And even if you fall short, even if you miss it by whatever, you going is so full of courage and full of bravery. So what? You won already just by going. Because now, even if you didn't make the mark, you're still at a place where you can critique yourself to be better, so that you can hit the mark next time. What do you need to do to hit the mark? That's what you get when you step out in fear. Even if you fall, even if you stumble, you can say, I stumbled at that point. I fell at that point. I missed it by a hair. I missed it by an inch. But you won't even get that data or that information if you don't go afraid. So what you afraid? Many have been afraid before you. You know what I'm saying? Many have been afraid, and it's okay to be afraid. That's part of life. Being afraid doesn't mean you can't do something. You know what I'm saying? There's different types of fear. You know, there's unctions, there's trepidation, or whatever you want to call it, like something telling you there's danger ahead. Now, if there's danger ahead, then there's danger ahead. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to just go and get yourself shot up and killed when you know there's danger ahead. But there are things that you have to do sometimes, no matter what's going on. I'm trying to save life. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm trying to procure life. I'm going to do what I have to do. There are more important things than my fear. Hallelujah. Somebody's life depends on it. So there's more things important than how I feel about coming to y'all every day. Worried about if you're going to like, if you don't, whatever. Somebody else is watching and maybe not saying nothing, but needs every last little word that I say. Little old me can do something for somebody, somewhere. And then I read one of my, yesterday I had a little Chinese food, had a little Chinese food. And I think my fortune said, it's better to face danger than to always be in fear. That's powerful, man. It's better to face danger than to always be in fear. Because you don't know until you do it. A lot of times, just like when I get on the plane now, I'm not saying I'm not afraid on the plane, because guess what? It could go down. on my way to Jamaica. It can go down, and that'll be the end of that. It'll be a Reynolds, a Saran wrap, done for. A done so. But one thing that I'm proud of is now that I'm in a place of understanding that I'd rather die doing what I love. I'd rather die embracing all of my fears. I'd rather die going after everything God said I could have. I'd rather death catch me living. You're not going to catch me not pursuing my life. Even if you take me right now, you're going to catch me trying, catch me doing, catch me living. I'm not going to be stagnant. I'm not going to be idle. I'm not going to be hiding. I'm not going to be afraid in the background. I'm afraid in the forefront. I'm not saying I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not saying I'm not afraid to open up my mouth and speak. But what I'm not going to do is not speak. Whether I fail or not, that's one thing. But one thing you're not going to say to me is I didn't open my mouth and speak. It's that I didn't get on that plane and go. And that I didn't open up my mouth and say the things that needed to be said, even in the face of fear. So fear has no grip on me. Fear can't hold me down. That's bottom line, because I'm talking to you face to face or through the screen. But I'm still coming out here being vulnerable, not caring. Every single day. It is what it is. You like or don't like, share, don't share, follow, don't follow, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm still here, facing it every day. So, honey, tap myself on the shoulder or on the back, and you do the same. Be bold, be fearless, and dare not to binge. You're not depriving yourself. You're affording yourself an opportunity to thrive. Thank you so much for coming out one more time. It's your girl, Queen Liberati, a.k.a. Suicide's Rival. Here, Suicide's Rival, where living is our survival. That's how we combat the suicidal ideations and things that tell us that we ain't worth a dang and we don't have to be here. Live out loud, dream out loud, be yourself. There's no danger in that. Have a good one. God bless.